Hi, I'm Erin Lucy, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a book haul that I've been looking forward to for a very long time and had to push off a while because I had some issues with some books arriving. It's a little bit of a long story, but we had this order that was actually for my birthday from my partner, and one came, but the other three didn't, and it was a whole thing. Okay, so now those books are here and I can film this video. So, very excited about it. This is kind of a book haul of the past couple of months. I'm not including anything that I got in one of my like book shopping videos, but these are just like other ones that I haven't talked about, most of which were for my birthday, which was like almost a month ago now. So yeah, it's been a while, and then a couple other random ones. So yeah, I will start with the ones from my birthday. These four were from my partner, this order, and a couple of them were ones that like I really just was having issues getting here in the US. I kept looking at our local bookshops and they didn't have them. I've mentioned them before, but Tomb of Sand, and this one is the winner of the International Booker Prize 2022. It's very long. So in northern India, an 80-year-old woman slips into a deep depression after the death of her husband and then resurfaces to gain a new lease on life. Her determination to fly into the face of convention, including striking up a friendship with a transgender person, confuses her bohemian daughter, who is used to thinking of herself as the more modern of the two. To her family's consternation, Ma insists on traveling to Pakistan, simultaneously confronting the unresolved trauma of her teenage experiences of partition and reevaluating what it means to be a mother, a daughter, a woman, a feminist. Yeah, it sounds really interesting. It's going to be really long. It's going to for sure be one of those ones just like read a little bit of every day for a while. So, Tomb of Sand, very excited. Next, we have another one that I had issues getting, which was Cursed Bunny. And I guess both of them have to do with being printed in the US. They aren't yet, so that's a really big bummer. But I had them on my birthday wish list. And Cursed Bunny is a series of short stories by a Korean author. It's translated, and I think it's a little bit like horror-y, and I've heard a little mixed feelings about it, and I've heard that each story is super different too, but I'm very intrigued for some reason and excited to read it. Next is another kind of controversial, I feel like, one, Pure Color, and this one I also feel like I've heard super mixed reviews from. Some people like it, didn't even finish. Some absolutely love it, and I don't think this one's short stories, but I think it's like more contemplative on like life. And here we are, just living the first draft of creation, which was made by some great artist who is now getting ready to tear it apart. First of all, that's really the sentence that drew me into this one. I feel like it's so interesting. I'm sure I'll have lots to think about with it. I'm a little nervous again because there were some people who like didn't even want to finish it, and it wasn't at all what they expected. Still very interested. In this draft, a woman named Mira leaves home to study. There she meets Annie, whose tremendous power opens Mira's chest like a portal to what she doesn't know. When Mira is older, her beloved father dies, and she enters that strange and dizzying dimension that true loss opens up. Pure Color tells the story of a life from beginning to end. It is a galaxy of a novel, explosive, celestially bright, huge, and streaked with beauty. Sounds amazing, but again, this one will be interesting. And then the last in that stack is In My Dreams I Hold a Knife, which I have seen more recently kind of everywhere, but I originally got just because I wanted some sort of like quick thriller to be able to have on hand, and I've heard people really like this one, especially the twist. We'll see. I think it's a murder mystery, but I'm hoping to read this one relatively soon. And then there are two more that were for my birthday. I did like choose all these books though, so my friend gave me a gift card, and I got these next two with that. And the first one is one that I'm reading right now, the Gilded ones, which was actually a recommendation from another friend. In the first chapter so far, this girl, Deka, she is talking about and anticipating this like blood ceremony that determines whether her blood is like pure or not. I think the premise is that once the ceremony does happen, her blood is considered impure, and like the consequences that she faces following that. So the Gilded ones. And then on a Sunbeam, which I definitely heard of from Allison Pages, and this one just sounds amazing. It's a graphic novel and it is thick and so heavy. I think it's the heaviest book I own. I just don't know why. It struck me when it came, and it just looks like really pretty and like a really fun read. I think it's supposed to be like a sapphic adventure in space, which sounds incredible. So those are those, and then there's quickly two that I actually got quite a while ago. I like pre-ordered these, but I don't think I've talked about here. They're two nonfiction. One is a Virology by Joseph Osmundson, and this one has to do, I think it is a lot to do with like diseases. I think they talk about HIV, COVID-19, but I think also like what it means to go viral and like the concept of virology or like viral things. So that'll be really interesting, intersection between maybe science, culture, and all those things. The author, part of why I found this book was the author is a professor of microbiology at NYU. So he is like a scientist, and I'm very curious about this. So it is, I think, individual essays. And then The Disordered Cosmos, A Journey into Dark Matter, Space-Time, and Dreams Deferred by Chanda Prescod-Weinstein. And this one is by a physicist, professor of physics and anatomy at University of New Hampshire, and her kind of journey as a Black American woman getting her PhD, and what she faced throughout that journey through her love of physics. So, sounds amazing, and I am excited about this one as well. Essentially, I'm excited about all of them, but and then I have several more from kind of a while ago that I ordered myself because I have no self-control. Okay, so yeah, these are from quite a while ago, but A Little Life, which seen everywhere. Honestly, this is one I told myself I was never gonna read, but I feel like I've been really into like more sad books lately and contemplative books. And I don't know, decided that I feel like I needed to give this one a try. I don't want to read To Paradise, but I wanted to read one of this author's works. So I figured A Little Life, and yeah, I'm thinking I'll probably do some sort of reading vlog with this. This one's also huge. I feel like I got so many huge books, and it's gonna be a journey for sure. This one's 720 pages. But yeah, I've heard it's really sad and hard to get through, so we shall see. What else have we had? Okay, the next one's another really popular one that I eventually was like, I need to get this, try it out. Bunny by Mona Awad. And I think both of these, the last one too, I don't know if this is academic, but I think this is about like a friend group, maybe like 5 guys or 4 guys, and their like journey and struggle through life. And this one is, I think, like academic. I always hear it associated with dark academia. Okay, sorry. I just finished and realized that it cut me off at some point. So, few books left. I think I was talking about Bunny. Essentially, I think it's about this girl who gets like dragged into like this cultish type situation. And I think pretty extreme things start to happen. We'll see. I don't know if I mentioned before, but I definitely think this is one that I probably would not have picked up if it weren't for the hype, but still excited to read it, and definitely have found some great books that way. So we'll see how I end up feeling about this one. Next is Earthlings by Sayaka Murata, and this is an author that I've really been wanting to read, and I got Earthlings, picked it up very recently, like a week ago or something, read the whole thing in like a day essentially. So I loved it, but you will hear more in my July wrap-up. I feel like I can't just like recommend this book because it is too wild and crazy, and there are so many trigger warnings. Definitely recommend looking at that. I thought it was so interesting, incredibly written, and really makes you think and ponder a lot of things. Essentially, this girl, Natsuki, she's a young girl. She believes she is an alien and is living amongst Earthlings. And it's all about like kind of the traumas of her life, what brought her to that, but also what happens after in the rest of her life, her relationships with others, her family, how her mom sees her, how, yes, all these things. So Earthlings, recommend but don't. Just look it up first. Look up the trigger warnings and definitely consider your own taste, because this is not one that like wraps things up easily or has like a super clear cut plot, I guess, kind of. The last, Cuentista, on the other hand, juxtaposed to Bunny, so excited about. I read the synopsis for this one and was like, I'm sold. I'm so excited. I'm just gonna read it because so excited. A girl named Petra Peña wanted nothing more than to be a storyteller like her abuelita. But Petra's world is ending. Earth has been destroyed by a comet, and only a few hundred scientists and their children, among them Petra and her family, have been chosen to journey to a new planet. They are the ones who must carry on the human race. Hundreds of years later, Petra wakes up to this new planet and the discovery that she is the only person who remembers Earth. A sinister collective has taken over the ship during its journey, bent on erasing the sins of humanity's past. They have systematically purged the memories of all aboard, or purged them altogether. Petra is alone now, carrying the stories of our past, and with them any hope of our future. Can she make them live again? So intrigued. I'm so excited. Like, that, just reading that makes me want to pick it up right now. So, yes, very excited about that one as well. Then we have, last but not least, Elektra by Jennifer Saint, who wrote Ariadne, which is like an incredible Greek mythology retelling. I loved Ariadne. I feel like it did a great job of like taking the female perspectives. Made me very upset at the men. Not too surprising though. And I think this is very similar, although I don't know these stories as well. Elektra, I don't know anything about her. I'm very curious to see what happens. I think it's kind of similar. It looks like it takes place from like maybe the point of view of 3 different women in Greek mythology. So, and the cover is absolutely beautiful. This was definitely my favorite book cover, this and Tomb of Sand, that I've bought this year so far, and just freaking beautiful. So even like, look at that, the spine, I don't know, just the whole thing. I love it. So that is my book haul. Very excited, need to get to reading. But thanks for watching, and definitely let me know if you've picked up anything good recently. Always looking for new things. So yeah, I hope you're having a great day.